Hello and welcome back to the review for a preview ahead of Aston Villa's game tomorrow against Cardiff City in the Welsh capital. I'm joined by Dan Bodell for this video on New Year's Day, so we do apologise for how sleepy it may look.
My eyes do not look great at all.
We played Leeds on Thursday and, well, I've said we got out of jail in that game. I said it in the fan camps. How did you see that game?
It's a bit of a weird one, really, because I thought we were comfortably the better side in the first half without really threatening the goal too much. I don't remember, I think Rob Green had to make a couple of saves from Codger. We had a Chester header that looped just wide. I thought Leeds were quite sloppy in the first half, quite careless in possession in dangerous areas, and we didn't really capitalise on that, which goes back to what we've been saying before about we really need to be more ruthless, because it seems whenever we make a mistake, other teams capitalise on it immediately and get goals from it. Second half, I think, again, we started okay, but I think Leeds scored when they hadn't really done anything. It was probably their first shot on target, and I think, to be fair, they troubled us from set pieces all night. Initially, I thought it was probably Bunn should have done a bit better, but I think when I saw it back on TV when I got home, perhaps I was a bit harsh. Obviously, Gusted coming on and settled them a bit, and that's what he does. That's what he's good at. He unsettles people in the box, and we won a penalty probably because of his presence. I mean, Roger East was shocking all night. I don't know how he didn't see that was handball. Luckily, the linesman was awake. I mean, it's credit to Roger East that the Championship officiating so poor. Yeah, he dropped down for one game and he fitted right in. I thought he was awful. And then we could have won it with that Codger chance, but then Leeds could have won it after Amavi's mistake as well. So 1-1 probably in the end, a fair result. I mean, in isolation, that draws a good result against Leeds, but the trouble is that we've drawn too many games at the start of the season when Di Matteo was at the helm, so we're playing catch-up and draws aren't really enough at the moment.
Going into a game against Cardiff did have their game postponed because of fog on Friday, which means their last game was a 2-2 draw on Boxing Day against Brentford away from home, and they conceded late on in that one, and they've been shipping a fair amount of goals. They lost 4-3 to Barnsley, they drew 1-1 with Ipswich, and they drew actually 0-0 with Brighton, to be fair to them, after losing to us 6 games ago now. Where can you see this going for Villa? Because for me, I think that it's a must 3 points, and I can see it being either really comfortable or a really long slog. And for Villa, it's always a long slog.
Yeah, I don't see it being a comfortable game. I mean, a Warnock side, you know what we're getting. They'll be a nasty side. I mean, although they're shit goals, they'll probably be relatively hard to break down. I didn't think they looked defensively sound at Villa Park, to be honest. They've got a decent ball player in Peter Whittingham. I don't think they've got too many players that can hurt us. I mean, I don't think they've done any early January business. But I see that Kieran Richardson's just been let go on a free, which will obviously be a big blow to them. Obviously, he's a really dangerous player.
Marouane Chamakh as well.
Another world beater that they've let go. I mean, Richardson running down the wing. I bet the Villa fullbacks are glad that he's gone, because no one wants to face that danger man. I don't see us winning comfortably, because we never seem to win comfortably, but it's a game we've got to be winning. Cardiff aren't putting up any trees, really, although they've done better since Warnock's come in. But with Warnock, after the last game, he will try and make things personal. He's just a bit of a dick.
Line-up-wise, Jordan Ayew's been given permission to play. Codger, it remains in the balance. We don't know, because Eric Bailly hasn't been allowed by Manchester United. At this moment in time, we don't know. It's not clear. So hopefully he'll be playing. For the lineup, for me, it's got to be Mark Bunn in goal. Back four of Alan Hutton, unfortunately. I saw somebody said it was his best game in a Villa shirt against Leeds. He was awful as per usual.
Certainly wasn't his best game in a Villa shirt.
No. In the centre-back, it's got to be James Chest, Nathan Baker. Left-back, Jordan Marvey. I thought was poor against Leeds, to be honest, but everyone's a loading-off game.
Yeah.
Into midfield, Jack Grealish expected to miss out of a dead leg. Millie-Jedinak, he looked absolutely knackered after 60 minutes, if that, against Leeds. He'll be rested, I think, to be honest. I was expecting midfield 2 of Ashley Westwood and Bacuna. For me, Westwood had a decent game.
I thought so too.
On Thursday, but nobody picked up on it. I thought he tracked back really well. I think there was the one occasion where we had a corner, and then he was the last. He was actually the man that made the tackle at the opposite end when Leeds countered.
I mean, Jedinak's been decent over the last few months since Bruce has come in, but over the last 2 games, I think 1, he's looked absolutely knackered, and 2, I don't think he's passed the ball to a Villa player in 2 games. So I don't think he's been at his best recently. So I think he does probably need a rest, but then we do lack a bit of steel without him. I mean, there's people that don't like Westwood. We know that's fair enough. Us two probably aren't two of those people. But I actually thought he was one of our better players against Leeds, and I can admit when he has a bad game, but I don't think he had a bad game. I think his confidence is on the floor, but I thought he battled well, used the ball well. I thought he was decent and certainly one of our better players. The Codger thing, it's just ridiculous that the day before a game we don't know whether we're going to have him or not. Like, surely the decision should have been made by now. Then, I mean, surely he'll be flying out today if he's not going to be there. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you'd think so, yeah, because I saw reports that he's going to go straight to where AFCON's been hosted, or he's going to fly to Paris. Who knows? But hopefully he can start, because I'll carry on with the lineup. We've got Pacuna and Westwood hopefully in the middle of midfield. Adoma, who came on and changed the game as well, to be fair, he'll start, I'd imagine. Jordan Ayew, I'd imagine he'd start. Yeah. Then Ross McCormack, I thought he was okay as well when he came on for Grealish against Leeds. And then up front, Codger, if not, I think it will be Gabby that will start, in fairness.
I agree. Obviously, we've discussed this team a little bit off camera. I mean, I actually don't think Codger's been at his best, but he still offers something that the other Villa forwards, with maybe the exception of McCormack, don't offer, in the fact that he's got off the ball movement. I mean, he spent a lot of the Christmas period offside, in fairness, but the movement off the ball is a problem. I mean, everyone has the say on Gabby. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Codger's movement off the ball compared to Gabby's, they're in different worlds. I do worry without Codger where the goals are going to come from, because I think Gasted's possibly even a better option at the moment up top, but while his future remains in the balance, I don't think you'll see him start. And I do feel that without Codger, we suddenly, and with Grealish out as well, so McCormack fitting into that number 10 role, we suddenly look light up front, and I do worry where the goals are going to come from.
So how can you see this game going then, prediction-wise? Are you going to predict one today? Because last game you didn't. I actually got a prediction right for once.
So did you say draw or did you say 1-1?
Yes, I draw 1-1.
Okay, fair enough. Well done to you. I'll go for 2-1 Villa. But I imagine it'll be cage. I imagine it'll be much like the QPR game, not very much in it, perhaps quite scrappy as it often is in the Championship. But we've got areas of the game that we must improve on. I mean, I don't think our passing's been up to scratch. Movement
and passing as a whole, which is awful at the moment.
I've always felt like movement off the ball, even under O'Neill when we had a good team, I've always felt like Villa's movement off the ball is not what it should be. I don't know what the reason for that is, and maybe it's something that will change in time. Now we've changed the backroom staff in the training side of things, but I just don't. Movement off the ball concerns me, because it doesn't seem to be any. Like, for example, as I say, everyone knows what I think of Alan Hutton, but sometimes he gets the ball down that right-hand side and he carries it 50, 60 yards and then usually boots it out of play. There's no support for him. There's no one goes anywhere near him. It's bizarre. It's almost like they think Alan Hutton's going to run the whole length of the pitch and score a goal.
Whipping a decent ball like Roberto Carlos.
It's bizarre. In that respect, I feel sorry for him, because he does put in a lot of effort down that right-hand side, and there's a lot of times where he does carry the ball quite far, but then no one will go near him. I don't know what the reason for that is, and I think off the ball movement is something that needs to drastically improve.
I agree. So hopefully we can see a good performance, and we can continue on an okay run of form and start 2017 as we mean to go on with a victory away from home, something we rarely did in, of course, 2016. So cheers for joining me today, Dan.
No worries, no problem. You didn't do a prediction.
Prediction, I don't know.
Nowadays.
I think we need to win, obviously. I think we will win. I think it'll be a comfortable win for us. I think we'll win 3-1. I'm going to put that down, so we'll win 3-1.
Right, now the fact that both of us have predicted wins, that means there's absolutely no way that's going to happen. So
we don't know. We don't know. Anyway, Happy New Year to all Villa View subscribers. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you're dropping us a like below and commenting your predictions, and get those post notifications on and subscribe. We're so close to 5,000. Let's do it.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.